How a Bodhisattva is trained. When he trains himself, he does not anywhere approach a training, nor does he get at one who trains, or at the dharmas which constitute training. Who trains himself, without discriminating between both training and no training, he trains himself in this Buddha Dharma. The Bodhisattva who thus cognizes this training, he does not ever become deficient in training or immoral. Having found pleasure in them, he trains himself in these Buddha Dharmas. He trains himself skillful in the superior training, but without apprehending anything. When they train thus in wisdom, to the wise shedders of light, not even one single thought arises that is unwholesome. As when the sun goes through the sky before the impact of its rays, no darkness can maintain itself in the intermediate space. Perfect wisdom comprehends all the perfections. For those who have effected a training in the perfection of wisdom, all the other perfections are comprehended in it. As in the false view of individuality, all the 62 false views are included. So are these perfections included in the perfection of wisdom. As when the life faculty has been stopped, all the other faculties that may exist are also stopped. Just so, when the best of the wise course in wisdom, all these perfections have been said to be therein comprehended. Bodhisattvas and disciples. In all the qualities of the disciples, and likewise of the Pratyeka Buddhas, the wise Bodhisattva becomes trained. But he does not stand in them, nor does he long for them. In that also should I be trained, he thinks. In that sense he trains himself in them. The Bodhisattva worthy of homage. To the wise, who courses thus, many congregations of gods, having bent forth their outstretched hands in respectful salutation, will pay homage. The Buddhas also, as many as there are in the world's systems in the 10 directions, effect the proclamation of the garland of the praises of his qualities. Mara is powerless against certain bodhisattvas. If as many beings as there are in the fields countless, like the sands of the Ganges, would all, let us assume, become Maras, and if every single hair on their bodies would again magically create a snare, they all could not hinder the wise. For 4 reasons does the powerful and wise bodhisattva become unassailable to the 4 Maras and unshakable. He or she becomes one who dwells in the empty, and yet he or she is not one who abandons beings. He or she acts as he speaks. He or she is sustained by the Sugatas. The true attitude to suchness. The bodhisattva who resolutely believes when this perfection of wisdom, the mother of the Tathagatas, is being taught, and who practices the progressive path with resolution, he or she should be known as having well set out toward all knowledge. But he or she does not come to a standing place in the suchness of the Dharma element. He or she becomes one who, like a cloud, stands in the sky without anywhere to stand on. As a sorcerer who, like a bird, rides on the wind, which offers no support. Or as one who, by the force of his or her spells, miraculously produces on a tree full-blown flowers out of season. How and why one should dwell in emptiness. A bird dwells in space, but does not fall down. A fish dwells amidst water, but does not die. Just so, the bodhisattva who, through the trances and powers, has gone beyond, dwells in the empty, but does not reach the blessed rest. One who wants to go to the summit of the qualities of all beings, to experience the best, the exceedingly wonderful Buddha cognition, to give the best gift of the highest and supreme Dharma, he or she should resort to this best dwelling of those who bring benefit.